So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, Walker. Dancing to his left. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
2nd and 10. A very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And he fires one incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, and it's 3rd down.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Here's Walker to throw on 3rd down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked on by Jair Alexander. And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football, but at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there.
At the 14-yard
line. On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. This is intercepted. Picked off by the rookie, Jalen Johnson. So, CD, his very first pass of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know that's a major surprise for any quarterback because, look, let's face it, no one thinks about throwing interceptions. But think about all the warm-up that we saw, right? Every pass he threw wasn't a single interception because, oh, that's right, there were no defenders out there. A little bit different when there's live guys out there chasing the football.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Now Walker throwing again. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this will be recovered at least by the offense, but he'll be taken down in the end zone, and that is going to be a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Even though they might not find the #1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick, because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they could very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now. It is showing. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Third down.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on third down. And third down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a fourth down.
And they will get to this one and down it at the 13-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their third possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
Brings up second and 11 at the 11-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a second and 11. Off play action. Walker. That's Cordero Patterson hauling it in. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38.
Oftentimes now offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover him. That type of indecision can open up even more big plays.
Number 35.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
16-yard line.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else he'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
From the 16, Walker. And his throw here's incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. And now it's third down.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big third down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Off the play fake. Walker. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page. Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Now a throw into his running back. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Akeem Hicks make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone.
I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed, but this guy might. So let's fire the starter's pistol. Let's go. If you've got him, you've got to try and use him. A lot of anticipation with the ball in the air. But no, incomplete.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Brings up 4th down. Solid coverage by the Bears D.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done. NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Walker throwing on 1st down. Flushed out right. And this is incomplete.
Walker. They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Off play action. Walker. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. To try again after the sack. Walker eluding the pressure right. And this is incomplete. It was Darnell Savage that time who was able to knock it away.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Now Walker. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second, it looked like it was all going to come together. They had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
So I guess we'll call this a pitcher's duel so far. I think that was a 3-run homer there, and it makes it a 3-2 ball game.
Yeah, and what inning are we in? It's not the most common of score lines, but it's pretty indicative of the fact that we're in for a tight one.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
And the Packer
line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Complete to Jones. Give him 7 on the play, and it's a second down.
Complete to Aaron
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3 at the 38-yard line.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. That's caught. It's Robert Tonyan, the tight end. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
It's a gain of
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
No gain on.
And Brandon, every running back wants to use their speed in order to get out in front of things. Sometimes you just have to be patient, let blocks develop. On that play, that didn't happen.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. His throw incomplete.
Rodgers pass.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Bears take over.
Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it? Touchdowns.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
6-yard line. That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
Walker now on 3rd down. And Robinson with a big catch. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
To throw is Walker on 1st down. This is brought in by Gibson. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. From the gun, he'll hand this off, and he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Here's Walker off the play fake. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off around the 41. 20. There he goes right side. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Bears 3.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. On the return, it's Tariq Cohen. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Chicago. Cordero Patterson. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Bears have retaken the lead. Now the Bears keeping the offense on the field and going for 2. Now Walker operating from the gun. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Taking it about the 1. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Incomplete.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
3rd and 13.
Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Rodgers. Oh, trying to get that to Adams, but that's intercepted. Picked off by Buster Screen. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Eddie Pinheiro to kick off for Chicago.
The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And this carries into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
The second half starts with a carry by Jones. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
A gain of 4, and it's third down.
To throw on third down, Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping him from the first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the third quarter. And he'll give it here to his running back. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. To throw is Walker. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on third down. From the gun, Walker. This is caught by Robinson. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 14 yards into Chicago, first down.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the third downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
A loss of 2.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And he's got his man. That's Robinson. Touchdown, Bears. Allen Robinson. His 6th touchdown of the season as the Bears push further out in front. And it's up and good.
Makes the score Bears 16, Packers 8. Eddie Pinheiro to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Taken about 7 yards deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Rodgers. This complete to Jones. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Complete to Aaron
25 yards there on the catch and run.
25 yards. And a Packer first down.
Rodgers now on first down. He completes it to Jones. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at 148-yard line and ended at the other. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Throwing again on 2nd down. Rodgers. He'll find Jones again. Complete. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Rodgers to throw once more. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown.
Touchdown.
And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle 3rd of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
So now Rodgers will lead the Packers up to go for 2. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Goes right side. And he's got it. So they went ahead and went for 2 to tie the game, and it works out. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Now this will make it into the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Kenny Clark.
Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
44, Mike, 44. Let's go.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Walker. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Number 35. A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 1.
Here's Walker. And that is incomplete.
Walker's pass intended for number 35. Incomplete.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. Back now at Soldier Field. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Operating from the gun, Rodgers. He's going to look deep down the field. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. He didn't, so it's incomplete. Boy, that one really could have turned this thing upside down.
There is something to a game plan. We're trying to keep a defense honest. When the guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try to throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. Buying time to his left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw again. Walker, complete. It's Johnson. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, Walker. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. Week after week, we're seeing plays like this from him. And I think he's in line. We've discussed it before for NFL Defensive Player of the Year.
And a big reason why, I think, is because of his ball skills. And that's something that, for guys of his position, they've talked about it for years. They've done the drills. But they've really increased it.
This is caught inside the 15. And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. A big play there. Rodgers to Adams. 46 yards. A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, touchdown number 15 of the year. And that interception key as it leads to the touchdown. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths, running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that, and it wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. There's still plenty of time here in the fourth quarter. Just a one-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and 2-point. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off here the 32. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Rodgers. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They forced incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
And they're going to get him down shy of the 1st at about the 13-yard line. He gets a good chunk of yards there, 8 all told, but they're still looking at a 4th down.
4th down.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here.
A 30-yard attempt.
And the 13-year man puts it through, and that will extend their lead even further. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, let a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
The return. The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. A tougher task for them now. That turnover on their last possession led to the field goal, meaning that they have to now try to erase a 2-score deficit here in the 4th. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That's complete to Demetrius Harris, the tight end. A good pickup there, a 22.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. A big hitter to start the drive. Has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the former Bear, Adrian Amos. And he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Coverage on the play by Kyle Fuller.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. The give is to Jones. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. The Packers on 3rd down, as bad as you can be. 0 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
At their own 39-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Walker, off play action. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
So much about defending the pass is being able to be right there at the moment the ball gets to the receiver, and he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion.
Walker now, off the play fake. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. 23 yards the pickup there.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. To throw is Walker on 1st and 10. And he's got his man. That's Robinson. Touchdown, Bears. Allen Robinson. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bears have cut it to within a score.
The 2-point conversion.
And they're going to bury him back at the 11-yard line.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. And this one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score.
And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Khalil Mack in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And some room to maneuver. Through an opening, and there he goes. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers add 6 to their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but
pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
The conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Here's Walker throwing on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw again, Walker. He'll run it. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
Gain of 7.
Brings off the play fake. Walker. That one caught by Gibson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 25 yards that time. Now Walker on first down. He's going to let it fly.
With the kind of game he's had so far,
and he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. So a little under 50 seconds to go. Plenty of time if they can get this onside kick. And this is recovered by the Packers, so that might just about do it. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about that. He's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Packers.
Green Bay.
Aaron Jones with touchdown number 3 here in this game and 17 now on the year. And the Packers add on to their lead. Crosby connects on the extra point, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Walker on 1st and 10. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And some room to roam now. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown.